Welcome back, everyone. Next up, we have the OLB Group, Inc. It trades on the NASDAQ under the symbol OLB and is a diversified fintech e-commerce merchant services provider and Bitcoin crypto mining enterprise. The company's e-commerce platform delivers cloud-based merchant services for a comprehensive digital commerce solution to over 10,500 merchants in all 50 states. Please welcome its president and CEO, Ronny Yakov, and VP of Finance, we have Patrick Smith. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Very good. Thank you.
How are you?
Good. We look forward to hearing your presentation. So the floor is yours. Take it away.
Thank you. Well, as Anna mentioned, we are a fintech company, and we have also digital mining assets properties. I would start with the forward-looking statement, and I'll pause for a second that everybody can read. Today, we do over $1.36 billion in gross transactions, 28 million in volume, and we have over 10,500 merchants. We are across the board with all the industries, from small businesses, and that's the financial highlights of the company that we achieved.
Ronny, I don't see the presentation. I can.
Okay. So the presentation is basically the investment highlights are pretty much we upscaled the sales from 32 million, from 16 million last year. The company has no debt. We have organic growth of acquisitions and new partnerships. And the merchant services got us, the valuation is extremely low from getting probably half the sales that we do. We expect to have, growth on the coming year as well, and we're pretty much almost cash flow positive. And those are they are practically the core businesses. We have our own platform. We have payment gateway. We have another platform for crowdfunding, and even that Patrick maybe want to talk about events and all the products that we have in events.
Sure. Events is the part of the company that handles all the financial processing, the credit card, debit card processing. It's based here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a full-service payments provider. We do all our underwriting in-house. We do all of our risk management in-house. We have customer support. We have a sales force. We manage the sales force in-house. So we have everything here. We're bringing in new deals every month, and everything that happens with the company for the payment side actually goes through this business.
The other businesses that we started this year is crypto payments, and Crowd Ignition is a crowdfunding platform that's regulated by FINRA. We're going to extend to BitLicense and also extend with Bit ATMs, and events would be the arm supporting the small merchants as far as small business loans. The two new entities that we entered this year is OLB. OLB is a company that we're filing for all the licenses from money transmission license and crypto license, and DMint is the Bitcoin mining company. We have at the moment 3 locations, 2 of them in Bradford, Pennsylvania, and 1 in Selmer, Tennessee. Patrick, you want to talk a little bit about the Bitcoin mining operation and the profitability of it?
Yeah, the Bitcoin mining is very profitable. Even with the Bitcoin price down where it is right now, we still are very profitable. As long as Bitcoin stays above about $7,500 to $8,000 per Bitcoin, we're profitable. As you can see here on the slide that Ronny put up, we're going to have the 15,000 square feet with roughly 20 megawatts of power, which will power 5,000 machines. Each one of those machines make a pretty good amount every day, and so they just keep rolling. So the only cost we have associated with this is not that many people. It's not very person intensive. It's just the electronic cost for electricity, but it's a very profitable business.
So we anticipate to be in operation mid-January with all the 1,000 machines that we purchased, and we plan to purchase additional 9,000 machines in phase one. We're looking at additional 2 locations in Selmer, Tennessee as well, and the main thing that is lucrative to us is really the price of the electricity, and it's a green electricity from solar and hydro. We enter also to a new relationships with a company called Quentas. They have amazing relationships with very large companies like Income and Western Union. And through our relationships with First Data and Clover, this joint venture would enable us to be 32,000 bodegas across the board with the US and offer the same services also to our merchants. So we anticipate a great growth with this partnership that's starting first quarter next year. So in this case, also we have, Patrick, you want to talk about the financial of the last third quarter?
Yeah, we can. This is basically our third quarter results for 2022. Compared to 2021 in the same quarter, we were up almost 3 times. We've increased from 7.8 million in 2021 to 23.4 million in 2022. So you can see there was significant growth in the revenue. Gross profit was up about 2.5 times. It also was very, very good. We increased from 1.3 million, almost 1.4 million in 2021 to 3 million in 2022. Our net income is still a negative, negative 4.6 million. The majority of the loss, though, here is related to the depreciation and amortization expense. The depreciation on the machines, the mining machine, is very high. So that kind of adds up, and that's the majority. Those 2 things are the high majority of the net loss. For the third quarter, we had an adjusted EBITDA of 794,000. This was up from a negative EBITDA of 1.1 million for 2021. So we had a significant increase there. Total corporate assets were around 41.1 million, almost 41.2 million of total assets. Just kind of give a quick recap. Revenue run rate right now is around 32 million. Cash balance is around 2.3 million, and we don't have any debt. So we're in good shape.
So management, it's myself, Patrick Smith, and our CFO, Rachel Bolts. Thank you, and back to you, Anna. Thank you. If anyone has any questions.
All right. Yes, we do have some questions for you guys. Okay. So with such an undervaluation, are you considering to buy in the open market? And has the company started its stock buyback yet?
Yes, definitely. We're going to buy personally, and we're going to buy on behalf of the company. We started actually yesterday the first purchase of a stock on behalf of the company. I'm going to purchase myself. I'm talking to a few other shareholders that are long-time shareholders to buy with us as well. And apparently it's very difficult to buy stock, even if we have the money and we have a few $100,000 allocated to buy pretty much every month. There's like regulations and barriers, so we cannot buy all the stock in one shot. So, but definitely we're undervalued.
Can shareholders expect the DMint spinoff stock dividend in the first quarter of 2023?
That is the plan. We're talking to a few underwriters, and that's pretty much the plan.
And how many machines does OLB want to have up and running before the spinoff?
We definitely going to have anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 machines.
So with 1 month to go in 2022, does management still expect to book 33 million in revenue?
It's going to be in this range. We don't know. It's the last month, and that's kind of big month in terms of purchase and sales. So we're going to be in this range.
Now, how is the Quentas partnership going? And does management expect a revenue contribution from them in the first quarter?
In first quarter, yes. We're pretty much preparing everything to start on the first quarter.
And has OLB signed up any more minor league baseball stadiums?
We have in the pipeline around, for the coming year, around 30. We are also in negotiations through the relationships with Quintas, other teams that are in soccer teams, to provide for them pretty much the software that we have for ticketing system, in stadium, convenient, and also the merchandising.
Wonderful. Is OLB still pursuing a bit license? And how will this license contribute to OLB's revenues and profitability?
Well, the bit license would give us possibilities that we don't have today. We'll be able to lend money to the merchants, do money transmission, and pretty much invest on behalf of those merchants. Lending is a big part, and that's how we started with the Bitcoin mining, with the idea to go and lend money to those small merchants.
Can you provide an update about the DMint cryptocurrency operations and its transition to the Tennessee location?
Sure. The idea of moving to Tennessee is purely about the price. Before that, we used gas, and gas, as everybody knows, is extremely expensive as far as profitability. We are doing much better on the new location that is going to be in operation in mid-January.
So,
and we have the price for 5 years.
Oh, wow. So talk about Tennessee. Are the power sources up and running, and how many miners are actually mining? What's the cost to mine Bitcoin?
Patrick?
Right now we're still building out the facility in the Tennessee facility. We're still actually in the process right now of finishing getting the power, all the full 15 megawatts. We're finishing the lines and everything. So that'll be done in the first quarter. It's very profitable. I mean, like I said, as long as it stays above $8,000, the price of Bitcoin, we're profitable. That's about our cost to print one Bitcoin.
I hope it stays up above that. Is the DMint spin out still planned for the end of the year?
For beginning of next year.
Okay. And where will the shares trade?
The idea is to trade on NASDAQ.
And will it have the same management?
No, I mean, we're looking at few people that are going to manage it that are experts in the field.
And do you plan on raising capital to scale the business? And if so, how much?
Well, I mean, we initially were qualified for NASDAQ, but definitely, it's always good to have money.
Of course. Well, management forecasts 32 million in revenue for 2022. So this equates to over 8 million in Q4. Considering this dip on Q3 revenue, is this still reasonable, or any revisions?
It's still very reasonable. Like I said, we had some dips, just normal with the economy, kind of way things work, but we're back on track, and I think that's very reasonable.
Talk about what the company's doing with the 2 Pennsylvania Bitcoin mining leases and the natural gas rights once the transition to Tennessee is complete.
We didn't define that yet. We're still in operation there.
Okay. And can you also talk about some upcoming catalysts for the company, including its share price?
Patrick, you want to address that?
We're doing everything we can to get the share price up. I mean, right now we do feel that the share price is down, and we think one of the reasons it is down is because I think people tie us to Bitcoin very heavily. Bitcoin makes about 2% of our revenue right now. I mean, all of our revenue, high majority of it, 98%, comes from the fintech piece and the payment processing. It's not tied in any way with Bitcoin. So I think people need to be able to separate the two and just understand that. I mean, we're doing everything we can to get the stock up, and we're growing the company as best we can.
So how much revenue does the company anticipate from this new Quintas deal? And when does the company plan to see revenues on the balance sheet?
Well, we're going to start seeing revenues on the first quarter already from the Quintas deal. And we are pretty much in a partnership that is 50-50. So any revenue that would come in this partnership, we're going to share all the revenues.
Can you give some background on your company and its link to John Herzog? He's been a large net seller of the company's stock for the past year. So provide some color on this for us, please.
Sure. He's a great guy, great shareholder and great supporter of the company. He's been with us for over 15 years, and big fan of the company.
Great. And can you provide an update on your crowd pay and crowd ignition business segments? You invested a significant amount of capital in acquiring it. So how are you monetizing it?
Yes. So crowdfunding, actually, we are in discussions with few deals to do on both on Reg CF and Reg A and Reg A Plus, and offerings of accredited investors like 506C. So that's a very profitable business for us. We do also white label service for companies like broker dealers as a technology partner.
And Christopher M. has a question regarding lateral growth. What is the lateral growth? Is it more mining, more services? And are you going to expand services?
Well, I think right now, I mean, we're definitely going to have more growth with the Bitcoin piece, but then the Bitcoin will spin off, and we're looking to spin that off. We're always looking, we bring deals in every month for the credit card piece, and we're looking to continue that. We also look at possible acquisitions on that side of the business as well.
So as far as the relationships with Cuentas and the bodegas, we're talking about huge opportunity here of doing 32,000 bodegas nationwide. That besides the bodegas merchant services, we're going to be able to resell mobile phones and top up on top of this, and prepaid cards.
Okay. Holly W. says, your cost to mine seems pretty cheap. So what currencies are you focused on mining other than Bitcoin, if any? And if other than Bitcoin, which have the best margins?
Bitcoin only.
We're only doing Bitcoin at this time.
Okay. And Edie Hale wants you to explain your infrastructure. Do you offer users a wallet in exchange to buy and sell? And is this based on your lending model?
No, we don't offer any of those at the moment.
No? Okay. Well, Ronny or Patrick, would you guys like to give some closing remarks?
Well, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, we're definitely going to start buying stock. I mean, I already made some purchases, and Patrick as well. And, we initiated to a brokerage firm to buy on behalf of the company. We definitely think the company is totally undervalued at this point.
All right.
You want to add anything?
No, I think Ronnie's correct. I mean, I think if you look at, we're at over $30 million a year in revenue, and we're at basically the valuation right now around 12 million. I mean, I think our company is very undervalued, and I think that we need to look at it for what it really is, which is right now it's a fintech company more so than a Bitcoin mining company. That's where the majority of the money is made.
Okay. Well, thank you, gentlemen, so much. We'd love for you to come back in the future and give us some updates.
Thank you, Anna.
Thanks, Anna. Have a great day.
All right, everyone, stay with us. We have our last presenter coming on in about 10 minutes. We'll see you in a second.